Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hi, Assalamualaikum everyone. My name is Aishah Khalid and today I will be presenting on my study entitled Towards Interfusion Augmented Reality Model, IARM, Systematic Literature Review for Visually Impaired Interaction. So the author of the study is me, myself, Aishah Khalid, with another two authors, Nur Nadwan Aziz and Siti Zulaiha Ahmad. So this study will be presented by me, Aishah binti Khalid. So let's go ahead towards the overview session. So overview for this study is we're going to go through with the introductions, problems, objectives, the methodology of this study, and the finding, and also the conclusions. So for the introductions, basically, this study focused on how augmented reality can be enhanced to better support visually impaired interaction experience through the immersive, assistive, and effective design principle and their integrations. So, why do this need integration? First is because the challenge faced by the visually impaired interaction users. Um, Visual impairment significantly affect an individual abilities to basically interact with their surroundings and limiting their mobilities and also the accessibility and also moving forwards to affecting their qualities of life. And they face this significant challenge in interacting with both digital and also the physical environment, which affect the independence of their life. So, augmented reality. As you know, augmented reality has really emerged to a promising technology through support interaction through immersive and assistive feature. Although AR has shown a strong potential, but most of existing AR systems are heavily focused and dependent on visual elements. So mostly focus on the visual, and this is what makes the gap exist. And the visually impaired user, and of course they will rely more on non-visual senses such as audio, touch, and current AR systems are still not fully inclusive, especially for the visually impaired user. Therefore, there is a need for a more inclusive and integrated AR models. Okay, so these are the problem statement. The first one is about the lack of integrated AR model. So current research in AR for visually impaired is currently still fragmented. Many studies separately focus on the assistive technologies only, and some focus on the immersive environment, or also the focus on the user interactions. However, there is still limited integration between the assistive technology, the effective design, and also the immersive environment, which this lack of integration reduce the overall interaction experience for the user. In addition, effective design principle is which involve emotional engagement and user experience is often neglected. So here I am with the research question and research objective. So the first research question that I wish to answer through this systematic literature review is, what are the existing AR models and applications developed that are currently developed for the visually impaired interactions? And the second one is, what are the components, elements, design principles that are currently used in AR system for visually impaired? And the third is, what are the limitations and research gap uh, that in current AR approaches for visually impaired user interactions? So the objective is basically to analyze or to come up with these three items, and next we're going to go through on how this study is being done So this is the methodology. We use the systematic literature review (SLR) and also the Prisma approach. So this study follows a systematic literature review using the Prisma framework, and there are three databases that were used in this study. The first one is the Scopus, IEEE, and also Web of Science. So from this Prisma framework, we can see that the record identified at the first place, first searching is around 90 records. And 62 remain after removing the duplicates, and finally 24 studies were selected for this analysis. And a total of 24 relevant studies were selected based on their contributions to the accessible AR system. And this also focused on aspects such as multi-sensory feedback, real-time interactions, the inclusive design principle, and each of the study contributed to identifying important elements for the models. So, from the analysis done, there are four dominant themes emerge. First, the assistive, uh, first is the assistive navigation and also the spatial awareness, which focus on the mobility and also obstacle detection. And we can also found that the second one is the multi-sensory interaction that often uses audio and haptic feedbacks, while the third one is the affective and adaptive interaction, which introducing personalization and also the AI-based interaction. And the fourth one is the AR accessibility enhancement, improving the visual perception for low vision user. So, um, so from this thematic finding and from this analysis, uh, we found out that a critical finding that is this theme exists independently. So this theme basically are not integrated, or there is minimal integration across this component. So navigation system focus on the movement, multisensory focus on the perception, adaptive system focus on the personalization. So this fragmentation limits the real world application and user experience. Therefore, to answering the research question number one, what is the existing AR models and application? So AR application for visually impaired users are mainly task specific. This includes the navigation, visual enhancement, education, multisensories, and conversational AI. So this indicates that the field is fragmented and not yet unified. And for the second research question is about the key component include the AR system, audio, haptic feedback, input, the artificial intelligence. So these are supported by elements such as text to speech, spatial audio, the object detections, and also the OCR. So this design principle also includes the accessibility, real-time responsiveness, multi-sensory interaction, and also user-centered design. And to answer the third question, research question is the limitation. Several limitations is identified through this analysis. This includes the fragmentation of system design, lack of personalization. There is so many hardware constraint, and it has incomplete multi-sensory integration, which is weak integration. So most system or most AR existing AR is solving one problem at a time. So, based on this finding, this study proposed to the interfusion augmented reality model, which is a concept of interfusion emphasize on integration of multiple interaction dimension, including the sensory augmentation, the spatials understanding, the interaction integration, and also the affective modulation. This create a more holistic and user-centered system. So this study contributed by providing a structure foundation for integrated or integrating fragmented AR component that we found earlier, and then it bridged the existing research gap that and offer a direction for our future development of AR system that are inclusive. And in conclusion, AR system must move beyond isolated functionalities and towards more integrated and multi-sensory interaction. And the proposed IARM provide a conceptual foundation for this transformation. So I think that is all from me. Thank you very much.